Whoa! It's so amazing!
Of course, it's amazing, guys. Like, wow, we tried another technique for the painting hooks and painting technique this time. So, if you're new here, thank you so much for dropping. If you're in OG, I see you and you haven't watched the previous technique that we did. You're missing out. You're missing out. So, guys, we tried another technique together with my son. You already know it's the holiday season, so that one was for the Easter. They have closed school, so we're doing this together for the holiday season. And I truly love how these activities are just an amazing bonding activity. Yeah, so we're not perfect at painting. So again, as I said previously on the previous video, if you're looking for perfection, get out. This is not the place to be. Outside the door, this is not the place to be if you're looking for perfection. So yeah, we started again with these mini what are they called, mini frames. And guys, 20 by 20, super affordable, easy to make. Like, if you're perfect with making your own canvas, then good for you. But for me, I'm unable to make these small ones, and I'm telling you, the reason as to why I'm telling you that is because these ones are flat. I don't know how they're made, but they are flat and amazing, easy to use, perfect frames for these small art techniques. And again, since it's baby whatever, baby bonding time, we're using these ones. Yeah, so for this one, we're going in with a wool or yarn. You can be able to use any yarn that you want. So we're going in with yarns, colors as usual, and then the canvas. He really wanted to try different colors for this, but he wanted us to use white, but again, and blue. And I told him you cannot be able to use white on a white canvas, not unless you use it on another color canvas. So for us, white was out of the equation. We couldn't do white, so we decided let's panga them and decide on colors that we want. But this was tough. Yeah, so we had these brushes, and we're not going to use brushes on this technique. Again, I'm still teaching him how to hold on brushes, how to do to use brush or do strokes with brush. But today we're not going to use brush. We're going to use the back side of that brush, just to hold it down. But you don't need to have that. You can use a spoon, you can pull using a stick or whatever. You don't need to have a brush for this. See how he's holding a brush like a pencil. He's done with his first term, so that excitement of how to hold a pencil is still with him. Yeah, so for this one, again, as I said, we're not going to use brushes. We're just going to use this one technique. And I don't understand why it took us back to this Kidea. Took us back to this point of colors. We have already done colors, so we're going to cut our yarns into the sizes that you want. Don't do that. Don't ever pull yarns as you saw me pulling that, guys. Uzi inaweza kukata ujihurumie. Uzi, hey, ogopa. So please get your scissors whenever you're doing DIYs. Get your scissors ready. Whenever you're dealing with yarns, have your scissors. Hata kama hujui kwenye utatumia, just have them there with you. Yeah, so for us, I decided to cut them into these small sizes. Actually, I did equal sizes, but you can do depending on how you want to put your yarns. Yeah, you can measure the sizes that you want. They don't have to be equal, but just to let you know, because you're using them from one point to the last, so you need to have small different sizes, because the one that you put at the top should not be the same one that you're putting at the end, at the far end. Yeah, but anyway, just watch and learn. And as you're doing this, tell me, how is your holiday coming? What do you do during holiday time or festive seasons or holiday seasons? What do you do with your kids? Tell me on the comment below. Just comment on this video. Tell me what you do. Give us new techniques if you have. Give us things that you can do, games that you can play, places we can visit. I'm really looking forward to doing a lot of things, because he's a closing days, see jokes. Yeah, so this is what we're going to do. Here I was just teaching him how we always pop, because he wanted to really know how we remove the paint from the container, because when you open it, it's usually sealed at the top. When the paint is new, usually sealed at the top. So he really wanted to know how to to remove to toboa them, so that this is what I was really showing him. He was choosing his own colors. I wanted my own colors, he was choosing his own colors. So this art, I told him, we're going with the colors that I choose. You'll need to work with what you choose, and then the next painting you will do by yourself, you're going to choose what you want to use. Well, happy, I'll still control that. I'll still choose for him. Yeah. So guys, someone asked me how we, after this art, how we remove the paints from our hands. Guys, we have the, I don't know how it's called, but if I get the name, I'll put it down. But there is a certain liquid that we use. I'll show you on the next video, because on this I never showed you. But whenever you're doing the art with your kids, either have aprons on or have those outfits that you feel like if they mess them up, you won't have an issue with. Okay, so yeah, we get into this video. Watch us him learning. He has learned how to pop the containers out, just like this. As I said, it's always sealed, so you press it down using the back of that funiko, and then it pops up. For us, it was popping up sana. I don't know whether it's because you're holding at the bottom also, but anyway, we had to clean it up before we create any further messes. Yeah, so we could pop. Once we pop, we funica it, and then we clean the first mess, because again, as I said, these are acrylic paints, and the matte stick, it's difficult to clean with them. It's not like the watercolor where you can just wash and remove. Yeah, but anyway, again, whenever, as I said, whenever you decide to do this type of techniques, or whenever you decide to play with colors, be ready for anything. Just be ready for anything. Yeah, so this is it. I had to pop up a few colors that I wanted. First of all, as you know, this palette of ours didn't have orange. Yeah, I mentioned that on the previous video, we didn't have orange. So for this video, I really wanted to have orange, but again, anyway, it is what it is. So we had to go with multiple bright colors for this one, because I needed to have a bright flower. Actually, I don't know, there is a way you can be able to mix colors, but I feel like when you mix, some of them become darker instead of being brighter. I needed orange, but at this point I couldn't mix orange, because again, as I said, the technique that you're having is just for the strings. So it's something that you're pouring and then adding strings. So this is how it goes. We're going in with the color. First of all, I'm involving my son, and you can see we have already messed. The first step we have already messed. But anyway, it's just that we poured a lot of it. We needed to have a straight line, just a straight line from the top going on the other side. How is this called? How do you call this when you create diagonal lines? Yeah, we created diagonal lines on these. So I started with yellow and then red at first. As I said, perfection wacha kwa mlango. If you're looking for perfection, angalia yetu tusha mess with red. Yeah, so we are adding this. I couldn't put orange and red and orange as a mixture, because it needed to be one strip. You can choose any direction that you want, but for me, I decided to make these lines. Yeah, so because I couldn't add the red and orange under one mixed to make orange, I decided to add a few red on the yellow part, just a few, hoping that when I pull, it's going to give me some cute orange or something. Yeah, and then I decided to go with green and then blue. Guys, I feel like for this technique, all you need is to start with very bright colors and then finish up with the dark ones or dull ones, but make sure that bright colors are at the top. But anyway, again, depending on what you want your flower to look like. You can see me adding green and blue at the same time, because two different greens. One is lighter, the other one is darker, because I felt like I needed to have a shade of both on this art. And yeah, if you have the paints that can make those liquid paints, yeah, that can make a very perfect straight line, good for you. For me, as you can see, nilikuwa neka into dots, because I was like, inakata kukuja into a single line. But perfection, wacha ukambali. We're looking for for a cute art. And at this point, my son was super excited. He felt like we were going to add the whole canvas, but I was busy telling him, no, we're going to do half of it and then put the yarns. And this is where he got confused. Why are we adding yarns? Using is why are you adding yarns? But again, as I said, it's a technique. So you see, he wanted us to go all the way down. You have seen him pointing. He wanted us to go all the way down, but I was busy telling him, once we put this and then we pull, it's going to come up to that place, you know. So you can, when it comes to art, you do things trusting and hoping that the end results you're looking for is what you're going to get. So for these yarns, you see that some parts are super short, so whenever you're making, just go for that. Make short yarns and then long ones, but for me I did same size. Then here came the perfect part where we're now creating, you see. So the big deal is just pulling. You need to be gentle with this when you're pulling. You need to be gentle, but for us, you need to be gentle to form whatever you want. You see, for me, because we're doing it together, we had a lot of back and forth. But if you are able to pull it down once, amazing. Just look at how cute it looks. Just look. Just say. At this point, after pulling, you can leave your yarns. If you want your yarns to be there, you can leave your yarns. But for me, I felt like now my yarns, because of the difficulties we had, now pulling these yarns, the yarns they don't look so cute on that. So I decided I'm going to remove them all. So for us, I was busy telling him, when you're pulling yarns, we need our flower to come down, like the ink, the paint. You see, like for the green one, we left a lot of paint up there, so I needed that to come out. Yeah, so for the yarns, as I said, they didn't look good with me, they didn't sit look well with me, so I had to pull them out just like that. And just see just how cute it came out. You see how cute it came out. I know there is a lot of colors that was left on the canvas. A lot of color was left. You can now use the brush to do this or redo the pulling, but please, when you redo the pulling, ensure that you, now this part where you're bringing in your perfection, ensure that you're doing a clean job. Yeah, so for me, I decided to pull just because I felt there was a lot of paint that was left on the canvas. But again, at this point, you're already done. If you don't mind about the paint, you can just let it dry up, and you're done with a little technique, cute flower, using your yarns. Do you see how amazing it came out? Do you see how perfect this came out? Yeah, so at this point, you're done. You are done. You are done. If you have if you're trying this, just go ahead and mix different colors to ensure, especially the bright one, just to ensure that it comes out perfectly as you wish. You see the second pull brought a lot of ink downwards, especially the bright colors. It gave me that bright color or bright vibe huku chini kwa your flower. But I'm not mad. I wasn't even mad with the first one. I'm not mad with how it looked. It has a lot of ink. It doesn't have straight lines, like you can see the red. There was a way that we pulled red on one side, and it was a lot, but I'm not mad. I'm really not mad with what you got. I'm super excited. In fact, I'm very happy that we got that. Yeah, I tried fixing bringing the yellow down just to make sure that we have different color shades coming into that, or creating some illusion with colors. But again, I was like, you know what, whatever the Uzi has done, that is enough. That is enough. Whatever the yarn did, that was enough. You don't need to go in again and mix pull with your brush or anything. This is just me trying to reduce the ink that was left on the canvas, because as I said, the paint was left, a lot of it was left on the canvas. But again, it can dry up. Once it dries out, it looks perfect. Yeah, so at this point, you're done. I'm just going to let it dry. And guys, these are the most easiest paints that I've ever done, and I felt so happy that I included my baby on this, because he usually looks at the paints on the house and they're like, oh, we did this with mama. So guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you haven't watched the previous, go and watch. If you like this, give it a thumbs up, share, kindly comment, and can you kindly subscribe? Can you subscribe? Go ahead and subscribe, guys. It has been a joy doing this and letting you have this technique. If you have new ones, just drop them on the comment section. And again, thank you so much for watching. Till next time, bye bye.